Testing my husband's fertility behind his back?
June 11, 2024. Me, F33, and my husband, M31, have been together for 4 years, married for 1 year. Last summer, when we got married, we decided to try for a baby and I stopped my birth control. I already have a daughter of almost 7 years old from my previous relationship. This relationship lasted 9 years and unfortunately ended 6 months after she was born because I caught my ex in an affair from almost a year. It wasn't hard to get pregnant. I got pregnant within a month after quitting birth control. Carrying the pregnancy to full term I've had 6 miscarriages before my daughter. One evening when my now husband, boyfriend, daughter and me were at my mom's place for dinner and the topic kids came up, she, my mother, jokingly said to be ready because I get pregnant fast after stopping the pill. I don't know how, but the talk came to how it actually happens that women get pregnant while they take their pill. He said to not believe it would happen if you didn't forget it somewhere. He had 2 long relationships before that and it never happened that they were late or whatever. Yes, this seems ridiculous to remember, but wait. So, fast forward to last summer, I stopped birth control at the beginning of June. I'm not mid-20s anymore, so I didn't think any of it when October came and I still wasn't pregnant. Maybe my body needed longer to adapt or something. Still, at the end of October, I went to the hospital and got everything checked. I'm fine, fertile and absolutely able to get pregnant normally. I wanted to bring this up to my husband to get him checked out too. Then our world crashed. My daughter was involved in a horrible accident and passed away 1 week later. We did our best to support each other, which didn't always work out how we wanted to. We fighted a lot, cried even more, ignored each other, loved again. I'm sure that some might know the roller coaster. We both still go to therapy and finally, almost a year later, we don't break down in tears anymore while remembering something about her. I even managed to give away one of her toys last week to the neighbor's kid. That's a huge thing. Keep in mind that her room is still the same as when she left to school that morning. All this time, our mind wasn't set on getting pregnant, but I also didn't start birth control again. We did have sex on a regular basis. Don't judge us here, we were really trying to keep at least that connection while it felt like we were losing each other in the grief. It helped us becoming closer again and reminded us that we loved each other. The more I thought about it, the weirder it seemed that I still wasn't pregnant yet. I bought a home test for male fertility. I pretended to spill his sperm on me by accident and went to the bathroom to clean myself up. I collected it in the jar and did all the steps for the testing. It doesn't give an exact result. It just gives +4 when there are enough cells to be considered fertile or negative when there are not. The test came out negative. I did the same thing again 2 weeks later. Again negative. I brought it up several times to get him tested at the hospital, which every time resulted into, "We're just stressed, OFC it won't happen." Now we got into an argument 2 days ago. We were both bad mood from work, so the vibe wasn't great to begin with. He talked about a baby room he saw online that looked pretty, and I said again that he should get himself an appointment at the hospital, that we might need help to get our wish fulfilled. He said that there was nothing wrong with him and blamed it on stress. At that point I rolled my eyes and was even more annoyed than I already was when coming home. I stood up and ended the conversation with, "I need to go to the store tomorrow to buy tampons because I will need them this weekend." He commented, "You're always so negative, no wonder it won't happen." I just replied with, "I home tested you. Twice. You can't. It won't happen." But sure, no one needs doctors, it's just stress. He looked as if he was hit by a truck. He started yelling later on, crying. I get that I shouldn't have brought it that way. Now he's calling me the asshole for even having the audacity to home test his sperm without telling him. Ada?
Relevant comments. Richard_Ovaltine, I feel incredibly sorry for what you and your family have been through, and I don't think you were entirely wrong for home testing him. YTA, however, because you brought it to him in the most terrible, backhanded, nasty, mean way possible. You should have handled it delicately, but instead you threw a gigantic issue in his face and told him in the worst way it's his fault. If I was him, I'd probably think about your comment every single time I thought about my future kid. Jmillard, YTA here. That is a major violation of trust and privacy. Hospitals and doctors are on a different level than home kits. If you would have asked him to voluntarily do a home kit out of curiosity, the resulting conversations would have been very different. On a side note, I am very sorry about what happened to your daughter. I can't even imagine what that must be like. Are you sure you guys are stable enough to bring another child into the world? This may be another point of contention for him. He may not be 100% ready for that right now, but is leaving it up to chance/fate. Medical intervention is a completely different ballgame. Broken housewife _ yes, YTA. I'm sorry about your daughter, I truly am, and I hope you are seeing a therapist. However, this is a major violation, not once, but twice. In saying that, grief will make us act in ways that, looking back, I don't even recognize the person I was grieving. I hope you too can seek a therapist and work through it.
June 19, 2024. Okay. First of all, thank you to the people who had some genuine advice. To answer some of the questions, it is not a money thing. My husband makes 7 figures a year. I obviously don't, but I still earn a nice pay. I was, and still am, certain that he did not have a vasectomy. To those who demanded in PM that I sent the documents to prove that my daughter died, I will not send them. To those who judge me for grieving wrong because I'm sometimes stressed from work, my job saved me from drowning. It gave me a purpose, a reason to get up in the morning and kick myself into breathing again. Don't come at me how I should be ashamed of myself for not grieving the right way, when you have no idea how it feels to be dying on the inside, daily, over and over again. I hope he gets all in the divorce, people. I'm sorry to disappoint you all. Unless someone cheated, we have a prenup. I would walk out well provided, because in contrary of some assumptions, I am a good wife. No, the cheating clause isn't there because one of us did already. We have it because his mother cheated on his father and walked away with millions for being unfaithful. We went to therapy again, and obviously brought this situation up. Yes, I am the holy for bringing it up during a fight. However, he even admitted he might have done the same if it was reversed. Apparently, he also noticed that I still wasn't pregnant and was honestly just scared that it would really be his fault. He always wanted a family and kids, and it became more and more clear to him that something wasn't right but was too afraid to get it tested, and that I would leave if he was indeed sterile. I will not. Good and bad times. We promised each other that, and for some that actually has a meaning. We did the home test again, together, with the right collecting methods. Unfortunately, it came back negative. He has made an appointment at the clinic and can go there in 2 weeks to get his sperm checked properly. We will see from there how it goes. Sorry that it isn't the most exciting update, but it is what is. We will still continue our therapy and work on healing together. Thank you for those with real advice, and I wish you all the best in your life.
Relevant comments. OOP responds to the possibility of having low numbers of her eggs and get herself tested. OOP, I got an ultrasound at the beginning of my cycle and the blood test to see if I still have enough eggs. Last year October, eggs are still present, more than average at my age. The blood test confirmed that. Depending on how his test comes out, we decide what we do next. There is no real pressure, as I said, we don't want a replacement kid. At this point, we take it step by step.